Welcome back to Tom's Garage. Good morning again, everybody. I have to get out here early and make a video so I don't have to run these fans, because you can't hear nothing with the fans running. But today we're getting rid of this easy change from John Deere. This part number is a AUC 12916, and I changed this oil for him last year, and I went ahead and ordered the conversion kit to put a regular old oil filter on there. And time for another oil change, so we're going to get rid of that. Yes, we are. What we need, I went on Amazon. I'm trying to remember, it was a year ago I ordered this. Easy change. Part number for that is MIU 13767 and AM 131611, and it comes with the AM 125424 filter. I do forget what I paid for this. It was like 20 bucks. Let me set the camera up here and I'll show you what we got. Of course, it comes with your oil filter, the short one. Don't forget to take that plastic off. And it comes with this little adapter, screws into the block. And that's what the oil filter will screw onto. Static electricity this morning. So it'll screw on just like that. And that comes with a 12 millimeter hex. So we will use a 12 millimeter hex. Goes right in there, and I'll show you how to do that. You want to get this tighter in the block, then this will be screwed onto that, because you don't want this to come out when you take the oil filter off. You give out a good oomph. I'm not sure what the torque spec is, but we'll just give it a good hand tighten. And this will replace that drain plug on the other side, because there's really no plug. It's just one of those little square plugs. I'll show you. But we're going to be using a 24 millimeter socket to put this on with. Screw that right in its place with a little pipe thread seal tape. Pipe dope is better, but I don't have any, so all I got is that Teflon tape, which is fine. Yep. That's all there is to it. Ain't nothing else to it but to do it. Let's do it. I'll tell you what, you're going to make a mess doing this. Prepare. Let me raise it up off the ground. Now I got to raise the camera. All right. I'm going to take this cover off, and there's another cover on the other side just like it. Grab you a 5/16 or a 8 millimeter socket. I always grab the 8 millimeter because it's closer. Right there. And it's got a little keeper on there that the bolt won't come out. See how it just kind of slides in there? It's got a little keeper on there, so this bolt won't come out, but yours might. Oh boy. Take the filter off, because if you don't, and you just take this off as one whole unit, all this oil is going to run all up. That thing holds 25 ounces of oil. So what you want to do, you got an arrow right there, and it's If you look down, it lines up with this arrow, and that is a little symbol of a lock. Twist it this way, line it up with that arrow, and you got a little symbol of an unlocked padlock. Lock and unlock. There, now it's unlocked. Pow. I done this one, the tractor had 106 hours on it. I wonder how many hours it has on it now. Anyway. Okay. You want to take this off. Just unscrew that. That's pretty tight. Unscrew that, and this whole thing will just, and it'll make a heck of a mess. So what I want to do is stuff a bunch of rags under it. Because it never fails, man. That oil, when you take the other oil filter off or this, that oil is always going to run right down in there and get on top of your engine pulley, and it's going to fill that thing up, and you don't know it. And if you crank it up, it's going to sling oil all over your transmission belt, your deck belt, the deck. It will make a mess everywhere. Stuff that rag in there real good. Let me grab a screwdriver. I'm gonna shove it on in there really good. Yeah. Okay. We'll grab us a pan also. Little drain pan under there. Okay. Okay, let me hit pause. I gotta go find a socket. I believe that's a 24 or 28 millimeter. Let's find out. Hang loose. Okay. I don't have a 28 millimeter socket that big, but it's a 1 1/8. If all you got is standard. We'll have to be pretty quick with this. There comes the oil. There's still, you know, there was, well, I'll just drop that. There was still oil in here. They say this is for convenience, but when you change the filter, they don't tell you to change whatever's left in the crankcase. So you never really get a good true oil change. They say all you gotta do is change that filter, and that's not true. Yeah, you can see all the oil that was still in there. Yeah. Well, I had made a mess. Oh, look at that. It's a simple procedure, but just know you're gonna make a mess. I don't care how careful you are. I should have put more rags and stuff down here on the table too. Look at that. Oof. All right, now we're going to put that little adapter thing in there. So what we'll do is grab your little, oh, that's a 1/2 inch. Let me grab my 1/2 inch extension. All righty. It's got that band around it, you know, where it ain't threaded, so you bottom that out. Start this by hand so I know it's not cross-threaded. Make sure you get it started. Come on, little pup. Get started. There it goes. Nope. Feels like it might be wanting to cross-thread. There we go. Like I said, I don't know the torque specs. Just give it a schnuggin. Don't get too absolutely crazy with it. There, I felt it bottom out, and I give it a good oomph. I think Tracy really got me saying oomph. All right. Into the garbage can you go. Now we have a regular oily filter. That'll make this thing easy to get to. I'm gonna take some carb cleaner and clean that filter off. That way I can get my hands on it. Get the filter a little bit snug. All right, there we go. That's all you do there. I'm gonna take it out in the driveway and give it a good hosing and degreasing anyway. Let me stick my head under there and make sure that there ain't no oil on top of that transmission drive pulley if I can see. No, it's dry. I caught it before it filled it up. But it will though, it'll fill the top of that pulley up in a heartbeat. When you crank it, it's over. You're done for. All right, let's go around this way. Huh, I wonder why that one wasn't in its little slot. Grab my wrench. And we'll pop this panel off. And I just noticed, look at that cooling tin. I gotta take this cover off. There's a fluffy nest in there. I guarantee it. Yeah, that cool tin, those fans are just covered, caked in some kind of little mouse nest or something. All right, now we gotta get this plug out. And that's gonna make another heck of a mess, because there's oil left in the crankcase. So, let me hit pause. I'm gonna go find a socket that will fit that. Hang with. All right, you know, if this was my tractor, I would just leave that plug in there, because I've got that Mighty vacuum. I just suck it right back out the dipstick tube, but it comes with a kit. I'm gonna get this new drain pipe prepared with some Teflon tape. Let's see, you want to wrap it in this direction here. No, you don't. Wrong way, boy. Wrap it in that direction. See, it stops going that way. So you're screwing it in that way. All right. I don't have a 7/16 8-point socket. That's on my tool list, but I do have a 1/2 inch, which fits it pretty good. I'm hoping that's not going to be that tight, that this socket will work without rounding it off. Oh yeah, there we go. We got it. See a little 8-point socket? Look at it. Oh boy. Stuff some rags in here. Stuff another rag over here. Get your pan ready. So I'm going to unscrew that, and it's going to be pouring, and I'm going to stick this in just as fast as I can. Ooh, there it goes. There goes the milk. Get out of the way, plug. Well, it's not screwing in because the socket's got it up at an angle. Ooh, what a mess we have made. Right there. I'm telling you. Goodness gracious. I'll remember that next time. See, I had this socket on it, and the socket was so far on it, it was holding it up too high, and it wouldn't start. So the whole time I was fighting with it, it was just pouring. And we have got to get this oil out of there, because like I said, it's going to drain right on top of your pulley. It's going to run under that engine block, and man, what a mess. I'm going to change my channel name to the Exxon Valdez channel. Woo! All over the floor. Now we'll tighten it. Oh, lordy, lordy. I don't know the torque specs on this either, but get it pretty snug. But be very careful not to over tighten it. You'll crack that engine block. One more time and I'm going to stop. Well, maybe one more time. Oh, I'm going to stop. Now we'll open this cap and let finish running out whatever's left in it. Undo your dipstick so it'll suck some air and flow faster. I let this thing run for about 30 seconds before I done this, when I pulled it up on the table. Get it a little bit warm, and that way the wool flows a little quicker. Now I got to sit and watch this because it's going to fill that. See, all this you wouldn't have changed all this just by replacing that filter. I'm going to put the cap back on and grab another bucket. Whew. I'll tell you one benefit of this: when you get finished, you're going to have smooth hands. I guarantee you that. You're going to have smooth skin. See, look at all that still coming out. That's about 2 quarts. You know, you only get probably what, half of it. I got to pull this cover off and clean all that out. Look at that. Wow. Alrighty. I'm gonna hit pause while this thing drains. I'm gonna just let it sit here and just dribble and drain. Y'all hang with. Alrighty, she has finished dribbling, dripping. So I'll put the cap back on there. I really don't like that. It's too loose. Anyway. But if it was mine and I didn't want to use the Mighty Vac, I would put a regular 3/8 pipe on there, let it stick out about that far, and I'd put another adapter in this, and I'd put that square plug back in the end of it there, maybe turn it down, get an elbow. I've seen folks do that, and I've done that in the past. Okay, let's get the Earl back in it. This old filter right here is still full. So what I like to do, grab this bucket. Let me slide that camera back a little bit. I'll just take and pop a hole in this right here. Nice little hole, and this, set it somewhere for a while and just let it drain. It'll drain out that hole. Then what I'll do is pop a hole up here so it can suck some air. I should have done this one first. Oop, if I can hang on to it. Hang on a second. Let me pop a hole in the side. There we go, it's coming out now. And I just dribbled oil all down my leg. All over the table again after I just got done cleaning it. All right, we'll set this somewhere. All right, we got 2 quarts of oil. Raise the camera back up so you can see what I'm doing. I know I should have used a funnel, but I've already made the biggest mess I'll make. Na, 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 na. What we'll do is fill it up where it's full, maybe a little over. Or just maybe enough just to crank it. Let it run for a few seconds and add a little bit to it when it fills that oil filter up. Let's see where we're at on the stick. We are just now at add. So we'll go ahead and put the rest of this in there. I'm gonna go ahead and take that hood off because I gotta pull this cover and everything off and clean all that rat nest out of there. Y'all can see acorns and pecans and stuff in there. So that's definitely a squirrel or a rat or something. Chipmunk. Ex-wife or something living in there. All right, we're right at add. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way and we'll crank it for a few seconds. Uh-oh, I got customers. Let me hit pause. All righty, let's crank this thing for just a few seconds. Check it all again just to be safe. We're right on full. Well, I tell you, I am absolutely covered in oil. I got it running down my leg into my socks. The GoPro camera's all just soaked in oil. Woo! tell if you got any leaks anyway. I think so, covered in oil. What a mess. It's a mess on Mitchell Street. All right, we'll give that a second to settle. I'm gonna go get some more oil in my jug. Okay, let's see where we're at. Where are we on the stick? I bet it's probably going to be halfway between the full and the low. And we are just above the low. Okay. That's a good sign. It's pumping. Let that settle right there. All right, boys and girls, that's how you get rid of that John Deere Easy Change Gimmick and put a regular oil filter back on it.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Let me hit pause. That poor fella that just come up. He had a R1000 Craftsman on the back of his truck, a little doodle bug like a TB30 Troy built, or just it was just one just like a Cub Cadet right there. He said I was cutting my grass and it just sputtered and quit. Power More engine. I said, well, let me grab my can of carb spray and my spark tester and ran out there and took the filter off, give it a good squirt, told him to fire it up, and that thing just blew everything I squirted right out of the carburetor. I'm like, ooh, you got internal engine problems. Ooh. He said, I just bought it from a guy. I'm sure he did. Well, all right, boys and girls. That is how you convert a easy change oil filter conversion to a regular old filter. Last one I bought, I went to Lowe's and got one that was $59.95, something like that. It was like 60 bucks plus tax. And that was a year ago. Not worth it. Not worth it. Well, y'all be good, boys and girls. Thanks for watching another Tom W video. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Love you guys.